Hey everyone, this is a refresher for Blood Rage. The refresher series is meant for people who have already played the game but want to refresh their memory on how to play. The first thing each player will want to do is to choose a clan and then place the clan sheet in front of them. You'll then take all the figures that belong to that clan, as well as the empty colored bases that will be used if you purchase any monsters. You then place your clan tokens on the first spot of each clan stat. You always start the game with 6 rage. I'll be using the Kickstarter clan tokens, but if you don't have these, just use the flat tokens that came with the game. Then each player places their marker on the 0 spot of the board. To set up the board, you'll take this token and put it in Yggdrasil. You'll then take the rest of the Pillage tokens, shuffle them, and place one in each of the different provinces. You then shuffle the Ragnarok tokens and place one in each age. Now we need to place the Doom token on the next province that's going to be destroyed, which is Horger. Now we need to set up the already destroyed provinces. To do this, you're going to randomly choose a specific amount of Ragnarok tokens, depending on how many people are playing the game. In a 2-player game, you'll draw 3 Ragnarok tokens. In a 3-player game, you'll draw 2 Ragnarok tokens. In a 4-player game, you'll draw 1 Ragnarok token. And in a 5-player game, no provinces are destroyed at the beginning of the game. So let's say that we were playing a 3-player game. We'll draw 2 Ragnarok tokens, and these are the 2 provinces that will be destroyed for the entire game. So we'll place these on the board, and we'll put the Pillage tokens back in the box. Now we need to prepare the cards. Each phase normally has 3 monster cards. If you own the Kickstarter monsters, then you can follow these rules. For 1 to 4 players, shuffle all the monsters from the same phase together, and then draw 3 for each phase. For 5 players, draw 4 for each phase. After doing this, shuffle the decks and place them in the 3 different age spots. Make sure to remove cards that aren't needed based on how many players are in the game. Some cards have a number on them, and this will show you how many players you need in your game to be playing with these cards. So if you're playing in a 3-player game, use all the cards that say 3+ and put any of the 4+ or 5+ cards back in the box. After the cards are set up, place the monsters next to the board and place the Saga token on the active phase. These are the 6 different phases in the game, and this will help you keep track of which phase you're currently on. Then give the first player token to the player who is born furthest to the north. Now we're ready for the first phase, which is God's Gifts. So for this phase, you'll deal 8 cards to each player. There will be a couple cards left over, just discard them back to the box. Each player will choose 1 card of the 8 cards in their hand to keep, passing the rest to the left. You'll continue drafting like this until everyone has 6 cards in their hand. Then you'll discard the 2 cards without anyone looking at them. Drafting is done a little differently in a 2-player game, but I'll let you find that in the rulebook. Next is the action phase. During the action phase, you'll set your rage to your current clan's rage stat. Then each player will take turns doing 1 action at a time, paying the rage cost associated with that action. If you have 0 rage, you can't take any actions, even if it's free. The action phase continues until all players have 0 rage or all provinces are pillaged. These are the 5 actions you can take on your turn. To invade, you pay rage equal to the strength of the unit that you want to invade with. So the warrior would cost 1 rage, the ship would cost 2 rage, and leaders always invade for free. So if I want to invade with the warrior, I would pay 1 rage, and I could move him into any province other than Yggdrasil. Or if I wanted to invade with a ship, I would pay 2 rage, and I would move the ship into any one of the supporting fjords. Another action you can do is to march, and you pay 1 rage cost, and you move any number of your figures from one province to any other province. So if I have these figures here in this province, I can move them to any single province anywhere on the board. Another action you can take is to upgrade. So you can upgrade your leader, your clan, your ship, your warrior, and you can pay to recruit 2 monsters. To upgrade a card, you pay rage equal to the strength cost on the card. So in this case, it's 0, and it's a clan upgrade. So it cost me 0 to upgrade and get this card. Whenever you play a warrior, leader, or ship upgrade card and you have that unit available in your reserve, you can immediately invade with that unit for free without paying any additional rage. Whenever you play a monster card, you can invade with that unit for free. So I'd pay the rage, and then that unit could invade the board. If you replace a monster or any of the other upgrades that are on the board, then you discard the replaced card, removing it from the game. The other action you can take is to commit to a quest. To play a quest card, all you do is place it face down on your sheet, and it costs no rage, and there's no limit to how many quests you can have. The last action you can take is to pillage. So when you successfully pillage a province, you get this reward. So this raises your horn stat 1, this raises your glory stat 1, and this raises your rage stat 1. If you pillage Yggdrasil, then all of your clan stats go up by 1. In order to pillage, you need to choose a province that has at least one of your figures in it, or in a supporting fjord. You can only pillage a province if it hasn't been pillaged yet. So if the reward has already been taken, then I wouldn't be able to pillage this province. Starting with the player to your left and going around in clockwise order, each player can move one of their figures from an adjacent province into an empty village in the province you are pillaging. You don't have to pay any rage to move figures this way. So if I was the brown player and I say I'm going to pillage this province, then the red player to my left could choose to move his figure into this space. Then it would come back to my turn, and then I could move my figure in. You can pass on placing a figure in the province, and it doesn't take you out of the round. You just continue going clockwise until everyone is passed. One thing to remember is that there aren't any villages in Yggdrasil, so you can have an unlimited amount of units in this province. But in these other provinces, you can only put units in these circle areas. Another thing to remember is that supporting ships are always in the battle, whether they want to be or not. If there were no enemy figures here and I wanted to pillage this province, I would pillage it and get the reward, and there would be no battle. However, since there are 2 figures here, a battle will take place. All players with figures in the battle will choose one card from their hand, and they'll place it face down in front of them. You can play any card here, but upgrade cards or quest cards won't affect the battle. Once everyone has played their card, you reveal the cards and you add the strength from your card to the strength total of your figures. The highest number wins, and in a tie, everyone loses. So if I'm the brown player, I would have 3 strength plus each of my warriors, which are 1 strength each, so that's 6 total, plus the ship, which is 2 strength, so I would have 8 strength. The red player would have 2 strength for his figures, plus the strength from his card, so he would have 3, and he would lose the battle. The losing player takes all the cards that he played and takes them back into his hand. The winner discards all the cards played. Only the pillaging player can get the pillaging reward. So since I was the one that was pillaging and I won, then I would flip this token and I would move my horn stat up 1. Cards with a solid white disc can be played after cards are revealed, or they can be played normally. The pillaging player has the first chance to play one of these cards, and then it goes clockwise until no one wants to play any more cards. The losing player will lose all of their figures, including any ships that were in a supporting fjord, and these units are all sent to Valhalla. You always get glory for winning a battle, whether you were the one pillaging or not, so you would gain glory equal to your axes stat. So let's say that the action phase is completed, then you move on to the next phase, which is to discard down to 1 card. So you can keep 1 card in your hand to keep for the next phase, and when you draft, you just keep this card face down on your sheet and it's not involved in the drafting process. After that, we move to the next phase, which is the quest phase. Now you get rewarded for completing quests, so you'll flip over your quest card, and if you fulfilled the quest, you'll get the glory that's on the card, so in this case it would be 5, and then you can also raise one of your clan stats by 1, either the rage or the axes or the horns. The next phase is the Ragnarok phase. So you're going to take the tile here, and this is Horger, so this is the province that'll be destroyed. So you can place it here on the province. Any figures in the province or in a supporting fjord are destroyed and go to Valhalla. Now for each figure destroyed, you gain glory based on this number on the age track. So since we're in the first age, you would get 2 glory for each figure that dies from Ragnarok. You then move the Doom token to the next province that'll be destroyed. In the final phase is Release Valhalla, where everyone's figures are returned back to them. Once the age is complete, flip all the Pillage tokens back over again, and then pass the first player token to the left. After completing the first age, you'll complete the second age, then the third age, going through all the phases. The game ends after the third age, and whoever has the most glory wins. At the end of the game, make sure to add your glory bonuses to your total. So if you upgrade your stats into these areas here, you'll get bonuses. So if you're within these 2 columns, you'll get 10 glory. Or if you upgrade your stat all the way to the end, you'll get 20 glory for each stat that's in this column. That's Blood Rage. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more Cosmic Tavern.